Good morning and welcome to Sunrise Paris Podium. I am Nathan Curtis. So, Jamaica had many reasons to celebrate during its 62nd year of independence on Tuesday, as long jumper Wayne Pinnock secured a silver medal in that event to provide Jamaica with its fourth medal at the Paris Games. Pinnock was in some good form as he produced a series of consistent jumps, with his best effort being measured at 8.36 meters to finish behind Greece's Miltiades Tentoglou. That's a tongue twister. Joining us for a recap of the action that transpired on Tuesday is CVMTV's correspondent in France, Edward Boucher. Edward, welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you?
So tell me, I mean, it's been a rough Olympics for Jamaica. How did that silver medal kind of lift the spirits for the Jamaicans yesterday?
It certainly did, especially given that it's not the first medal that we're getting in the field events. So it was very welcome and well received, especially on Independence Day. So, you know, the spirit hasn't been so high, even at the various Jamaica house locations and where the Jamaican fans hang out. Usually there's a lot of festivity, vuvuzela, etc. But it's been quite calm in these different houses and locations. And so Wayne Pinnock really delivered something special yesterday. And we hope that that will help to increase the mood and boost the spirits of the other athletes as we continue our quest for our first gold medal.
I mean, I get it that the spirits are low, but all things considered, we have quite a few events that we're still in. Do you think that there is any optimism from the camp over there in France that, you know, we can see our medal haul really increase, potentially even touching back those record numbers that we've seen in previous Olympics?
Well, definitely. I think that, you know, we have been spoiled over the years. Jamaica has been spoiled over the years with how well we have done, and so people take it for granted that we're talking about just being able to participate in the Olympics. You have to be in the top 32 in the world. We're talking top 32 of 8 billion, so it is a big deal. And so we are looking for potential medalists. We're still looking at the 400 meters. We're looking at the 100-meter hurdles for women and the 110 for men. There's still quite a number of, we have 3 men in the discus finals. So there's a lot to be optimistic about in the Jamaican camp. But of course, you know, we are impatient, especially when it comes to track and field, which is one of our religions in Jamaica.
Well, I mean, surprise, surprise, as we just saw for the medal table, Dominica and St. Lucia are ahead of us with Julian Adfred securing 2 medals. I mean, how do Jamaicans feel about that? Because, you know, we are a part of her development. So what's the vibe like around the Dominican camp and the St. Lucians there for us?
I guess unlike the Carifta, where there's this great rivalry between the Caribbean countries, here there's a lot more solidarity. So Jamaicans were really celebrating Julian Alfred's gold medal, and they were rooting for her as well in the 200 meters. So we don't get that sense of rivalry that you will find in the Caribbean meets. We have been quite happy to share in the glory that these other nations are experiencing. Of course, we're looking for ours, but quite supportive. The fans who have traveled here from near and far have been really rooting for the Caribbean athletes, and that's really something special to see.
Well, as you've said, we do have 3 Jamaicans who will be in the semifinals for the 400 meters. I know there's a little chant that was happening, you know, may not be the same price, but are we still chanting that the price is right?
Well, the price is right, and that is, I think, what people are looking forward to, the 400 meters. Nikisha Price has had an incredible season. Yes. And, you know, she's coming in almost as one of the favorites. People are now starting to be scared of Paulinho because she looked really good as well. But we're hoping that, you know, Price will be able to do well. And we're hoping for even more than one finalist. You know, Julia Bloomfield, she has a revenge to get on some of her online bashers. So, you know...
That's a good one. And I mean, you also alluded to it that we have 3 Jamaicans who are in the discus final. I think that's the first that we've seen something like that. What has that helped to lift the mood? How do Jamaicans feel about that over there in France?
Absolutely. And once again, we're seeing that Jamaica is now on the rise in the non-traditional events. So we're talking the shot put, the discus, the high jump. We have someone who qualified as well for the final of the high jump. We had Shanika Ricketts getting a silver medal in the triple jump. So in terms of the field events, Jamaica is doing really, really well. And how special it would be to cup a gold medal in one of these field events. That would be special.
And I mean, for the men in the 110-meter hurdles, we'll jump to the ladies quick, but though it was unconvincing leading up to these semifinals, do you think that we'll be able to pull out a finalist, much more even a medal in that 110-meter hurdles for men?
Definitely, especially with hurdles, you know, that's a very technical race. And so any card can play. Hansel Parchment, he tends to start off really slowly, these championships, and then he gets into his rhythm, and he's always going to be competitive. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Broadbell step up and really, you know, compete and go for that gold medal as well. So I expect that, you know, the men will get into their rhythm and possibly have all three qualified for the finals, because our hurdlers have been doing very well over the years. And so, of course, once they're in the final, then anything can happen, you know, in a hurdles race.
Definitely. And I mean, the women's heats were this morning, and I think we saw 3 excellent performances from Daniel Williams, from Janique Brown, and from Akira Nugent. From your perspective, who do you think we can look forward to be getting a medal come? Because, I mean, I don't see any reason why we can't get at least 2 medals in the hurdles, but you got to see that. Like, how was it watching that this morning, and what are your expectations for them?
Well, of course, Nugent has been on fire this year. She has broken the national record. And so we're looking forward to her. Of course, Daniel Williams, she's like that silent killer. She's always there or thereabouts. And in the finals, you know she will always deliver. So I am really looking forward to those 2 athletes qualifying and possibly challenging the world record holder for the gold medal.
And I mean, there's one big event still to come for us. I think there's a lot of expectation around Jaden Hibbert in the triple jump. And as a record holder and a champion from the under 20 level, I mean, what's the vibe there around Jaden? Because I know he's been all over the Puma House and the other places, just kind of vibing. Are we feeling a high sense of expectation around him?
Once again, another non-traditional sport. But Hibbert is one of those who he has a strong personality. And this is what advertisers, this is what fans like. That's why, for example, Noah Lyles is hated but loved at the same time, because he brings that show to the sport. And Hibbert is one of those, you know, who brings the show. And we're looking forward to him. He's very young, very, very, very talented. And I think that he has a shot at that gold medal, which would just be absolutely fantastic for Jamaica.
Edward, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Where will our first gold medal come from for this Olympics?
The price is right, my friend.
Is right.
The price is right.
I like it, Edward. That's it for today's edition of Paris Podium. Our guest has been Edward Boucher, CVMTV's correspondent in France. We throw things back to Tami and Ite right after this.